So volume 12. This volume we find out that Luffy gets saved somehow from somebody. I think I mentioned it in this chapter or volume, and I didn't mean to, but it kind of just happened. We see Smoker, his power. Tashigi, we see the Straw Hats get to Reverse Mountain, and we see them get to Whiskey Peak. We meet Miss Valentine's Day. I forget her name. I don't know. And Mr. 8, I believe it is. But yeah, let's just get into it. Oh, we meet my boy Laboon too. Anyways, yeah, let's just get into it. Also, look at this cover page. Very, very nice, very slick. I like it very much. I think Oda stopped doing this like border thing on his volumes. But yeah, we're just gonna get into it now. So it starts off. It's also chapter 100. So that's Oda wanted that to be when they get into the Grand Line. So he rushed a lot of stuff to get that happening. Anyway, so look, we meet this man right here. We find out who it is later on in the show or the manga, but right now, this man right here. Now, he saves Luffy. Well, people claim he does. We don't know. We know he does, but we don't know how he does it or why he does it, but he does it. So he kind of had lightning struck down on Luffy and Buggy when they were on top of the scaffold. Luffy gets away, smiling. You remember, Smoker was like, anybody with the will of D only smiles when they die and all this stuff. He's like, he had the same thing that he had the same smile that Roger had when he was gonna die and all this stuff. Whatever that happens. Smoker captures a lot of pirates. He uses his smoke fruit, his plume fruit, or whatever they call it, I don't know. He uses it, right, and he catches people in his smoke, because he's a Logia type. He's a smoke Logia. He's the first Logia we meet. Very cool, very dope guy. I like Smoker a lot. I think he's a cool person. Anyway, so he catches Luffy, right? And he's about to execute him. Like, he's sitting on top of him with his, like, little poker thing. And he's sitting on top of him. And then the person that saved Luffy saves him again. He grabs it. And Smoker's like, yo, why are you here? He's like, why would... Hold on, wait. I'm going to tell you right now what he says. I'm going to tell you right now. Let me get to it. Right here. What reason would I have to get in the way of another man's voyage? What a goat. So anyways, Luffy and them leave, right? They leave. And they go to the Grand Line. Right? Well, they gotta go through Reverse Mountain to get to the Grand Line. So they're on their way to Reverse Mountain, right? On their way there. Luffy and them are talking, right? And they're like, oh no, we're in the Calm Belt, right? And the Calm Belt, so this is the best way to explain it. So the Grand Line is this right here, this middle part right here, and the Calm Belt are two seas on the side of the Grand Line. And the Calm Belt has no moving water. It's just still water. It just sits there like that. And that's where the sea monsters, sea beasts, sea kings live. That's where they live, and they like nest there, right? And then you get this. This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life, John. It has the Straw Hat on top of a giant sea king. And they're just going. They're all like, we're all gonna die, all this stuff, right? But that's not what happens, you know. It's not at all what happens. They get like flowed back into the Grand Line, I guess, and they go down this path, and it leads them to a mountain, right? And they have to go over the mountain to get into the Grand Line. And they don't know how they're going to swim up because the water's going this way, but once they hit the current, they start going up because it's I don't even know how to explain it. I can't really ever explain it, but anyways, that happens, right? And they get shot out at the top, right? And they land. Also, I forgot to mention, this is the cover story with how Kobe and Helmeppo start training in the Marines. So that happens, right? And they start going down, and then they see Laboon. They see my main man Laboon. Anyway, we find out about his backstory later on too. Well, not later on. We find out about it here. We find out about it here, but more about it later on, you know, when we meet one of the Straw Hats, the goat himself. Anyway, so that happens, right? The Mary's little sheep thing gets broken off because they hit the big, what the heck is this thing called? A whale, so right? And Luffy like gets mad, he punches the whale and stuff, and the whale swallows all of them. The whale swallows them all except Luffy, and Luffy gets out on top, right? And they land in the whale, and inside of the whale, it's like another ocean. and they all think they're dead and they're in heaven, and it's an island, and this guy comes out and he has a flower on his head, right? And he introduces himself, says his name is Crocus, and all this stuff. He says how he did all, like he painted the walls of the inside of the whale to make it look like it's outside, and the gastric acid in the stomach is the ocean, so you can't go in there for a long amount of time, you're going to start hurting. So that happens, right? He lives inside of there because he's a doctor, and he's there to help and take care of the whale, because the whale slams his head into the side of the Grand Line or the mountain all the time, because he is waiting for certain pirates to come back that were 50 years ago, but they're all dead now. Crocus found that they're dead, and he explained it to Laboon, and Laboon doesn't want to believe them, so he just keeps slamming his head because he misses them or whatever. Blah, blah. Happens, right? And then they find out that there's two people inside of there, other than who else just entered there, right? And it is, I'm going to find out. Hold on, let me find out. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Miss Wednesday and Mr. 9. Alright, so they're in there, right? And they're a part of Brokeworks. That's a pirate. That's a pirate like group or whatever that is run by. We'll find out later. But it's a pirate group, right? And Brokeworks is in there, and they're trying to kill Laboon to bring it back to Whiskey Peak to feed everybody. But that's happening right now, right? And Luffy comes, and they beat up they beat them up, they get outside and all this stuff. Like, they leave, Crocus takes them out, and Crocus is talking to him. It's like, how are you going to travel the Grand Line? She's like, I got a compass. Or Nami's like, I got a compass to traverse the Grand Line. And they're like, you need a log post to do that. You can't just use a compass, because the magnetic fields of each island are not, they're like so disruptive that just a compass spins. Now they need a log post that points to an island that has magnetic fields, so that they could go to the island, of course. So that's happening, right? He gives them one of the log poses, and it breaks. They break it. I believe Luffy like knocks into Nami and stuff, and it falls, it breaks. All this stuff happens, and that's whatever, right? So no, that's not what happened. I lied. They found one that the Brokeworks people dropped, and they broke it. That's what happened. And then he gave him one, and they had keep it. It's like a wristband, and it's like a ball thing that, yeah. Anyway, so that happens, right? And they agree to take Mr. 9 and Miss Wednesday to Whiskey Peak, take them home, right? Because that's like the entering island into the Grand Line, so they go there, right? And they're in there. They go. And they find out, well, they don't find out, they go there, and it's like a pirate welcoming island. So they go there, they party, they start partying, drinking, all this stuff, and then they all get drunk. Luffy's like drunk off of food. Sanji, I don't even know what he's doing. Usopp's probably drunk. Nami and Zoro are drinking. Zoro gets drunk, Nami gets drunk, but then they find out that, also, we gotta mention, sorry, the mayor of the island is this guy with, what the heck is his name? With, like curly hairs. Got the curly hairs. And he is also part of Brokeworks. So they find that out, right? He's Mr. 7, I believe. Mr. 4, Mr. 5, something. Mr. something. Anyway, so they find out that, right? And then they find out it is an island full of bounty hunters, and they welcome pirates in there, and then they kill the pirates that try to go through. But Zoro finds this out because he doesn't really get drunk, and he's still awake. So they start fighting, right? And I believe that's how it ends. Yeah, that's how it ends. Actually, Miss Monday is another part of Brokeworks, and he just dismantles her. She's like this big bulky woman that looks like a guy, but he just disposes of her, and that happens, right? But yeah, that's the end of it. There's a couple things I wanted to mention that Crocus, I left this out, it's a very big part, but Crocus was a part of No, we can't say that. That's not in this shit. That's later on. He didn't say that yet, but yeah, that is volume 12 of One Piece. Nothing much happens else in this. Zoro starts clapping a bunch of the bounty hunters, so that happens. The next chapter or the next volume is pretty good. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you guys want to see next. This has been Aaron. Peace.